Luck by Jean Craighead George and paintings by Wendell Miner. The story of a sandhill crane. A young sandhill crane spread his 6-foot wings and flew away. "Goodbye, Luck," called the girl who had set him free. "That's not his name," said a birdwatcher. "In Asia, where I come from, a crane is called Love." "Love is a beautiful name," said the girl. "But any bird that sticks its head in a plastic six-pack holder is going to need more luck than love." Once freed, Luck trilled to his parents. "Caw-caw!" and "caw-caw!" his parents trumpeted from the sky. The young crane spiraled up to meet them, and together they circled the Texas marsh. It was March, and Luck's parents were preparing for their long migration north to their nesting grounds. They were memorizing the reeds and the waters of their winter home for their return in autumn. But Luck was memorizing the blue sunglasses on the face of the girl who had saved his life. To Luck, she had become home. Luck and his parents soared across the Texas border, memorizing the hills and the rivers below. Above Cherokee, Oklahoma, hundreds of cranes from Mexico joined them. Luck circled a windmill. By the time he had it memorized, his parents were far ahead. "Caw-caw! Caw-caw!" His parents were far ahead. Over and over they trilled, "Caw-caw! Caw-caw!" and his parents' voices. Their red crowns caught his eyes. Luck caught up with them over a shopping mall in Kansas. His parents memorized the cornfields around the mall, and Luck memorized a baby carriage. 10,000 more cranes joined Luck and his parents above the wetlands of the Cheyenne Bottoms in Kansas. They came from Mexico, Louisiana, Nevada, Arizona, and even from Florida. There were young cranes like Luck with no red caps and old cranes all headed north. They formed a 10-mile line, 3 miles wide. Luck looked down on Route 70 in Kansas and memorized a pack of motorcycles. Suddenly a storm struck and the cranes were blown off course. When the storm was over, Luck memorized a boy in the Little Blue River. The old cranes steered the young back to Route 183 in northern Kansas and then on to Nebraska. In the distance, like a star on the horizon, the Platte River shone silver gold. And when Luck saw the magic river, he called out, "Caw-caw!" And 500,000 cranes joined in, their voices like wind trumpets, swelling to a choir and then to a symphony. The children in the schoolyards in Kearney, Nebraska, heard the symphony and stopped playing games. "Here come the cranes," they shouted. "Spring is here." Farmers heard the ancient voices and readied their tractors for plowing. Birdwatchers saw them and cheered, and photographers snapped pictures. Luck soared, dipped, glided. He made designs in the sky with the other cranes. And somehow he remembered the river, although he had never been there before. It was an old memory, about 20 million years old, and Luck let down his long legs, cupped his wings, and bowed his tail and gracefully parachuted into the waters of the Platte River. "Caw-caw!" Luck called, and "caw-caw!" and he heard no caw-caws from his parents. Luck was lost. He waded slowly and deliberately into the shallow river and stood still. Thousands of other cranes gathered around him. The sun came up, the cranes flew on and came down in a cornfield. Luck was hungry. He fed on fallen kernels of corn and soybeans from last autumn's harvest. He chased bugs and ate them. At dawn, Luck and thousands of cranes flew back to the spot where he had slept. Luck's space had been taken by 2 caw-caws, and their wings hit him and beaks struck at him. He spread up his wings and jumped above and hung above the cranes like a kite. Then a gentle wind carried him upriver. "Caw-caw!" Luck's voice was changing. It was deep. Would his parents recognize him? "Caw-caw! Caw-caw!" They knew him. Luck parachuted down and his parents jumped in the air. For almost 2 weeks, Luck and his parents and 500,000 other cranes flew from the river to the fields and from the fields to the river, and then they were gone. Oops, too far. The children went back to their games, and by the time the farmers were done tilling the soil, Luck and his sandhill cranes were far north. A few went to Wyoming and on west, and others winged north onto Canada, to Manitoba, Saskatchewan, and some flew onto the Hudson Bay. Luck and his parents went straight up to the Rocky Mountains and chained to Alaska. There were no roads with malls and baby carriages, so Luck memorized the snow-capped mountains of the Brooks Range. The three cranes flew into a dense fog over the Bering Strait. They followed the angle of the sun's rays as their ancestors had done. Luck memorized the sound of foghorns on ships. In Siberia, Luck was back where he had been born. His parents started a new family. Luck flew west. He winged over a marsh. Below, a female crane was calling for a mate. Luck parachuted to her side. He bowed. She bowed back. It was June, and by the end of the summer, they were a pair. Her name was Wise. Luck and Wise danced and composed their own song. I can't tell the difference, but I guess they can. Their song would keep them together for as long as they lived. Oh, look at this. In late August, Luck and Wise flew back to the Bering Strait. They heard no foghorns, and he was lost. But Wise was not. She recalled the angle of the sun's rays and bugled, and Luck followed the love song. When they came to the snow-covered Alaskan peaks, Luck brought them down into the tundra wetlands to sleep. By day, he led them across Canada and then to the Dakotas. Then Luck saw the Platte River. Its magic was sleeping until spring. Luck and Wise kept flying south, and over Kansas, Luck turned east to find the boy in the canoe. Wise did not follow. She came down to rest in the reeds in the Cheyenne bottoms. Grrr! Luck called for her. No answer. He was lost again. He flew west looking for a baby carriage. But no baby carriage was to be found. Above Route 70, a flock of motorcycles appeared. He remembered and followed them to Route 183 and on to Route 283. There stood the windmill. Now he truly knew where he was, and he flew straight to the Texas marsh and looked for his home, the girl with the blue sunglasses who had saved his life. She was not there. He kept flying. A plastic six-pack holder glistened in the reeds below. Ooh! Luck flew to it. The bird watcher was on the boardwalk. Beside him stood the girl. She was not wearing her blue sunglasses. No, 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 the girl shouted, and she waded into the water. She frightened Luck. Right there, she grabbed that six-pack holder again. He flapped to a grassy shore and landed, pointing his beak skyward. Grr, and Wise dropped down beside him. They lifted their wings and leaped high in the air. The girl picked up the six-pack holder and smiled as the cranes danced. Luck, she called to the graceful bird, I've just changed your name to Love. Grr, grr. The cranes told her their real names and went on dancing. And that's the end of Luck. What an amazing, amazing story. See you guys later.